Hi, and welcome to another session of Revit Family Academy. What we're going to be covering today is shared parameters and title blocks. Shared parameters, hopefully you've been using them, but title blocks are a little bit different. They got to be set up slightly differently, but shared parameters are also used in all your content, your schedules, your tagging, things like that. We're going to concentrate just on title blocks for now. Just for reference, we're using Revit 2013 on this, but these techniques should work as far back down to say even 2009, probably farther than that, but let's take all the way down to 2009. So first off, what we're going to do is we're just going to go and we're going to use the out-of-the-box Revit title block. I'm going to say new sheet here. That's using the A0 metric. Again, nothing has been changed on this, just completely out of the box. So what we want to do is add some additional parameters, or what you want to call these, attributes to these, so I'm allowed to fill in my own information here. Okay, I want to add them up here. Let's say I want to have serial number or project code to this. Okay, so what we first have to do is we have to edit this title block. I'm going to click on this title block, and up here I'm going to click Edit Family. Okay, so now we can make changes to this title block, change lines, things like that. What we're going to want to do is create and add these attributes in here. So first off, we're going to do is we're going to go to the Manage tab and click on Shared Parameters. Okay, so you're probably assuming you may have your own shared parameters right now, may not. I'm going to go through quickly and just create a new one. Let's say I don't have one, and you may not have one. So I'm going to go create, and I'll call this, Joe's shared parameters. Okay, so I've created that. Everything's blank. I'm assuming you have that. So you come and say a new one. Again, when I create this, just a text file you're going to create somewhere. If you're sharing the shared parameter with others, you probably want to put it on a network drive or a shared drive. Otherwise, just put it on your hard drive somewhere. You created it. It's now in Revit. So now I've got to create a group. So groupings are just a way of organizing your parameters. So for this particular one, I'd make a group called Titleblock. If you're doing furniture, you might want to shared parameters for furniture, then you put a grouping like furniture. So Titleblock. So now I've done the group. Now I've got to create the actual parameter. Okay, so again, like I said, I'm going to do something like serial number. We'll say that's going to be, usually I pick text as your safest one, but serial number, hit OK to that, and I'll create another parameter, and I'll call that project code, and we'll say that's going to be a number. So that's a number. Okay, hit OK to that. So I've got two attributes. Those are done. Those are created. Hit OK. So now that since I've created them, now I can add these fields or shared parameters to this title block. So I'll go under the Create tab. Under the Text panel, I'll click on Label, and it wants me to place this. So I'll line it up with this one here. Click on it. This is showing me all the out-of-the-box parameters for sheets. I don't want to use any of these. I'm going to go to my Add Parameter file here. Shared parameters. Select. I'm going to add let's add the project code. Actually, let's add the serial number first. Serial number, bang, it's all grayed out because I can't really change it here. Hit OK. It's in my grouping, but now I've got to add it to this label. So I'm going to want to use it in this label. So I brought it over here. And this just shows me a sample. So if a user is using the title block like this, you want to show a sample of what to enter. So I'm going to show a sample. It's going to be something like 999-9 999, something like that. That's the sample. You can also put suffix and prefix. We'll leave that alone. Okay. So there we go. So I'm going to hit escape a couple times. There's our first attribute or shared parameter. And they're now going to want to add another one. Again, the same thing, create, label, click on where I want to put that. It doesn't have to be underneath, it could be anywhere. So I'll put that here. I'm going to bring in that was serial number. I'm going to bring in the project code now. So do the same thing. Select project code, grayed out, hit OK. Bring it over to the right by hitting the arrow here. Project code is going to be, say ABC 1, 2, 3, 4 as an example of what to enter. Okay. Bring that in and hit escape. So that's done. Those parameters are now in my project. I can make some, in my title block. That part's done. So now I'm going to load this into my project. So this is a title block family. You could save it to your hard drive, but we're just going to load it into the project. So we go up to the ribbon up here and click on load into project. I've got several projects open, but this is the one I was in, project 5. And okay, and what I'm going to do, because I had existing title blocks in this project with the same name, I usually always pick the bottom here, overwrite the existing version and its parameter values, especially this when you're playing with parameters, you want to overwrite the parameter values. Generally, you want to pick this one 90% of the time. Okay, done. So all these, if these are all the same type of title blocks down here, they're going to be all the same. All these ones are going to make all the same change. Okay, so let's click on this title block and let's click on make changes to our values so we can see these question marks. So question marks mean that there's no values in it in Revit. So anytime you see a question mark, doesn't mean somebody put a question mark there, but it means the parameter has no value in it. So if I click away, it's blank. Okay. Now let's try to fill something in. You see, I can't pick on that information. Just like down here, I can pick on these and go in there. But these ones, I can't go in there. Something's missing. So we missed an extra step. So we've added the parameters to the title block, but we have to add them, let the project know how to use these parameters. We got to go up to manage. We have to go to shared parameters. Oops, hit escape there. So there's the shared parameters there, just to make sure we're still looking at the same file. So what we have to do is under manage, we have to go to project parameters. Okay. Project parameters. What we're going to do is, you can see under project parameters, I don't have those serial number or project codes. I have to add them to the project. I'm going to click on add here. Go to shared parameters, hit select, and which one do I want to work on? So let's do them one at a time. We'll do project code here. Hit OK. I've got it on instance, and this is just a way of grouping it. So how do I want to find it in your properties? So let's say this is going to be under identity data. That's a good one to use. It really doesn't change the functionality. It's just a way of organizing the properties, and I'll show you that. Okay. Now, what's important here is for title blocks or sheets, you want to add this to the sheets file. So sheets. I'll click on S, is what I'm doing on the keyboard. Sheets. Oops, must have missed it. Here we go. Sheets. Click on that and hit OK. Project code and hit OK again. So now if I pick on this, you can see I can enter the project code now. So let's say it's going to be XYZ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. Oops, let's try that again. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's my project code. So, okay, now what's very important to see is the type of parameter we use, or shared parameter use. Now, if we go to, we've put the project code in here, but we go to another sheet here, we'll see that I click on this, that attribute is not filled in here. So I'm going to put in a different project code here, say 5. Okay, and you can see I've put in an attribute that's different, that can be different per sheet. Okay, the reason why is when I fill in that project information, oops, project information here, one more time, project parameters, again, project code, I'll modify this. I picked sheet. Okay, when I pick sheets, that means the parameter you're setting up can be changed per sheet. Okay, it can be different per sheet. That's why you see the project code was different on each sheet. Okay, different here, and they're going to be blank here. Okay, so it's like kind of like an instance value. So you can see blank here, and again, a third one I can enter different values. Okay, so that's using the checkbox of sheets. Now, let's say we want to have this attribute, which is not set up yet because I can't pick on it yet. That one hasn't been identified into the project. So let's say this parameter I want to do once, kind of like the project name. If I go Joe, for instance, go to another project, you can see Joe's there. Okay, I want to fill it in once so it's on all sheets. Okay, to do that, we're going to go to Manage, Project Information, and I don't see my serial number here. That was the other attribute or shared parameter I created. Go Add, Shared Parameters, select, here's that serial number. So same process identically, and then the grouping, I'll do identity data again. Doesn't matter, this doesn't do anything different, but I like to organize it. And I'm going to go to P for project information. Simple as that. Hit OK. Hit OK. Now, if I pick on this, I can fill out my project serial number. Okay. Now my project serial number's there. Now I'm going to go to one of these other sheets. Okay, you see they're all filled in. Okay, all the same. The other aspect is if I pick on this, if I go to Manage Project Information, you can see that serial number is under identity data in here. So I can actually change it at the project information level under here. So, okay, so that's two ways of adding in a shared parameter to Titleblock. So it's through, again, project information, project parameters. Again, serial number was done using project information, so it's available throughout the entire project. It's consistent, okay, and it can be changed through also through project information. The other aspect was project code I did as a sheet value. Okay, so again, it was right down here, sheet. That means I want an individual value, different per sheet. Okay, and that's how to add shared parameters to Titleblox. Thanks for watching.